ahead, let's go. Push. 2. Split Second Foundation is a nonprofit organization committed to breaking barriers for people with disabilities. And how we do that is by creating resources and programs for people to improve their quality of life. Split Second Fitness is the first rehab-based fitness center in the Gulf South, specifically for people who've had paralysis, amputations, or some type of neurological condition. Although now we're seeing people even in like the aging population. The significance was, again, a lot of these people were going through health-related situations and being really put in a box with how many visitations they got from insurance. And once they were discharged, they had no place to go to continue their recovery and rehab journey. We've become that place. Unfortunately, rehab isn't just a linear, like, you're done in 9 months kind of thing, right?
We did it on the mat. We did it just pushing up on the mat. There you go, push up. There you go. Ooh.
We founded Split Second Foundation in April of 2018. We opened the first fitness center in February of 2021. It started with me. July 4th, 2016, I had a diving accident that left me a C4 quadriplegic. Dove into shallow water and had a burst fracture at the C5 level in my neck. Woke up in the hospital 3 weeks later on a ventilator to the news that I was paralyzed and may never walk, may never breathe on my own again. I had a really strong support system, and even in my darkest days, they didn't let me get too down. We, after the first year here in New Orleans, we went to Sacramento to check out a facility similar to what we operate now. And that was where I really saw the importance of community, the importance of having a space that was for me, and seeing other people like me thriving, especially immediately after that, still dealing with some of the grief and the depression. That, I think, was where I saw that light in the darkness, and I wanted to be able to provide that light to everybody else here that didn't have it.
Thank you.
That community part has been great for everyone. And then I enjoy when that happens, when people connect, because it means more to be able to see what resources are out there and what someone else has been through, and how they're navigating. And so someone with a stroke who's 3 years out versus someone who just had a stroke 3 months ago, they're able to connect with each other and talk, and you know, one encourages the other, and so that part's really great for me.
Well, right now, Split Second Foundation operates 2 programs, and they're very unique: Split Second Fitness and Split Second Cares. The director of Split Second Fitness is a physical therapist by training, and the rest of our staff are either kinesiology background, physical therapy background, or occupational therapy background. The Split Second Cares program, our director is an occupational therapist by training, but underneath that umbrella and really the full understanding of what she brings is mental health, community resource, and how to help people manage the beginnings of this and think of a life plan.
We were stretching it out. So we kind of just hang out here for a moment, get weight bearing.
I actually met Mark when he was first injured. I had been injured for a few years already. We met at Touro Hospital, where we used to do therapy at. And ever since then, I mean, he's a great guy. I played football for Tulane University. And on September 10th, I was playing in 2012 Tulane versus Tulsa, Oklahoma. Had an impact with another football player directly on the top of my head, freak accident. Taking hits like that all my life, but that one incident, it went the wrong way, wrong degree, and I had a C4 fracture in my vertebrae in my neck. My favorite therapist is Mary Delahousie. Dr. Mary Delahousie. Come on over here. She and I have been working together since our days at Touro. This gym really improves the quality of my life. It's here with the staff and the crew here, able to offer accessible equipment for me to use, unlike other gyms, which is more like you work out on your own. Obviously, people in my condition can't do that, but we still need to be able to work out, to stretch, to honestly to keep our bodies in shape and just to keep the maintenance up, I guess you could say. You know the old saying, if you don't use it, you lose it.
On the side of wood, strong side, but my feet are pointing towards the ground.
Here it's really cool because like they focus on the things that I really need to focus on. Like today I was working on floor transfers. So if I fall at home, I'm kind of screwed because if there's nobody else at home to pick me up, I'm just laying on the ground until 911 comes around. And so by working on something very specific like floor transfers, then they gave me a time frame. In like 3 weeks, I should be able to get up on my own.
The social interaction is helpful. I'd love to see more gyms like Split Second in the community because it gives people with disabilities a glimmer of hope that they can get back to normal activities.
My great-grandfather was a civil rights attorney, and from the 1920s to the 1940s, he was the only black practicing attorney in the state of Louisiana. I think being in that shadow and growing in that family and understanding the legacy and the importance of public service has definitely inspired some of the work that I've done. Anybody's life can change in a split second. Mine did, and now we're trying to impact all of those who have these same instances. And every day somebody's life is changing in a split second.